So you want to know how not to play the Watcher, well I've got you covered. And in order to not know how to play her, we're going to have to understand who she is. First thing that you're going to have to know is that the Watcher has dissociative identity disorder. This comes in her state of 3 beings. 1 is baby rage. 2 is smoked out of her mind. And 3 is tripping balls. It's important to understand this because these 3 different states of being affect the way that she plays very heavily. When you're in a state of baby rage, you actually deal double damage, but you take double damage. That's because of your soft head. When you're all smoked out, you don't really have any benefits until you leave that state of being, in which you get some energy back. And when you're tripping balls, you gain some energy and you deal triple the damage. That one sounds pretty OP, but that's just because it takes a long time to achieve. But when you combine all 3 of these and the stars align perfectly, you become the best character ever. But you wouldn't know that if you're a newer player, because newer players are always going to think the Watcher is the most difficult to do because they're a little bit harder to understand. But once you have some experience under your belt, you actually realize the Watcher is the easiest character in all of Slay the Spire. This is because the Watcher always has lethal. If you think you can kill, then you probably do. The way that I see the Watcher is that they have the big damage of the Ironclad, the draw of the Silent, and the energy manipulation of the Defect, effectively being the best character in Slay the Spire, minus mods. So once you get this character rolling, there's really no stopping that momentum. That's not even to mention that the Watcher probably has some of the best cards in the entire game. Like the card Vault, it's just the best card in the game. Take an extra turn after this one, end your turn. That's so overpowered. That essentially lets you take a free turn to set up whatever cards you want, and then just delay the inevitable for the next turn, except this time you're set up to be able to deal with it. And like I said, this character has a lot of energy manipulation, similarly to the Defect, which means that you can just continue to do things. You can get the energy to play Vault, it's no problem, especially if you have it upgraded, then it's only 2 energy. So you can set up some really important powers on one turn, and then Vault, and then the next turn you're good to deal with whatever damage is coming your way. Or you can just deal a shit ton of damage, Vault, and then kill him the next turn. It doesn't matter, the Watcher always has lethal. Oh, and let's even look at this card, Scrawl. 1 energy to get your hand full of cards. And if you upgrade it, it costs 0 energy. A 0 cost card to just draw an entire hand. Boy, what the hell? Well, you want to know a card that just makes this character infinitely better than the Ironclad? You know how the Ironclad has that card Rage? Whenever you play an attack for that turn you gain block? Well, now introducing Talk to the Hand, which is basically just a significantly better Rage in every single way. Rage only lasts for 1 turn, and then you have to reapply it. Talk to the Hand is a debuff you apply to the enemy that lasts the entire combat unless they get rid of it. Which means you apply this debuff, and then anytime you attack that enemy, you gain block. So not only is that card just better than Rage in every single way, the Watcher also has multi-attack stuff like Tantrum, that also puts you into Baby Rage. And the card also does in fact count as multiple hits with 1 attack, which means that you play it for 1 energy, you get a whole bunch of block, and then you can just cancel it out by leaving Baby Rage mode. So not only are you going to have lethal, but you're also going to have block, which means you'll never die! The only chance you have of dying is if you have the Blasphemy, which is a card that nobody ever takes because it kills you! What is the point of this card? It doesn't even have Retain on it! But it's okay because the Watcher always has lethal, so there won't be a next turn to die on! This card is so stupid! But that's okay, because everything else about this character is really good. Except for Pressure Points, which is also another really bad card. Don't get me wrong, it can be okay, just like how Claws can be good, but Claws are bad. It's like, just bad, okay? Unless you're in the meme decks, I wouldn't recommend it. But just because it's bad doesn't mean it's fun, alright? And at the end of the day, we just want to have fun in our stupid little card game where you do stupid things with the Watcher because they're a stupid character that's really easy. God, I love playing the Watcher. Look, I'll keep it really simple. There is no wrong way to play this character, okay? No matter what you do, it's gonna just work, because this character is overpowered. They're busted strong, alright? I'm keeping it real with you right now. This character is too good to not do something wrong with. Whatever you do is going to work. The only thing you could possibly do wrong with this character is not pick them or to die. And dying just doesn't happen because this character has block, energy, and damage. It can do all of it, all the time. It doesn't matter. The only way you could possibly lose on lower ascensions with this character is if you died in real life. Even this character's bad cards are good cards. unlike a certain ironclad man with a certain clash. Even the heart cowers in fear at this character's presence. There's just nothing you can do wrong. Please, help me. They won't let me go. I'm stuck on a win streak, and they won't let me go. God, send help, please.